All right, this is Sharice. She is a member of the Zero to IT Hero program. This interview is going to kind of, talk about her journey, the searches she got, and any tips that she would have for fellow women and just fellow people that are transitioning from non-tech stuff to tech stuff. So, Sharice, please introduce yourself to the family and kind of tell us, where you were and what kind of made you want to get into tech.
Okay, so where I was, basically the pandemic is how I lost my job. I was working in a daycare. I've been around kids for quite some time. And back then I did attempt to do the Google IT support cert. I did like one little course through an organization. And then I was like, okay, let's see what's happening. And nothing really happened.
Mhm.
And then by chance, I met this person while applying for jobs on LinkedIn. And he said, you should go into either networking or cybersecurity because that's where it's going. That was 3 years ago.
Mm.
Did not listen. It literally was God talking to me. I know that now. Did not listen. And I just, okay, mosey on, do customer service here, service there. But then the pandemic came and my job, I took a planned break to take care of my family because my husband at the time was an ICU nurse working on the COVID unit.
Mm.
So then during that time, had a baby, did the short course, came to this point and I'm like, I'm stagnant. Like I literally last year I decided to start on this journey of find my calling or
Mm.
focus more on the spiritual side of myself because I learned this is from my mother, I'm not realizing, to just put everybody first. I
Mm.
always put myself last. And circumstances were like making me take this inward look of what about you? So I decided, you know what, let me do on this journey. And on that journey, I learned that there are certain choices that I keep making in my life that kept me stagnant. And I was like, you know what? I can't be I'm a reflection of my kids, right?
Mm.
I'm here pushing them. I hold them accountable. I'm not been doing the same thing to myself. I was like, wait a minute. How could I preach to them and not do what I'm asking them to do? I was
Mm.
like, nope, nope, proof is in the pudding. I can't tell them to do something if I'm not doing it too. So I decided it's time for me. And I just happened upon your video. And I was like, well, one of the things why I liked you was you remind me of my actual parents.
Okay.
You're no BS, straight to the point, real life, real, like there ain't no sugarcoating nothing. I
Right.
was like, yeah, I think this is what I need because when I have a window, I just like, procrastinate. Yeah, I'll get to it, blah, blah, blah. And to me, everything just hits straight at home when you advise me or I watch your videos. It's like, no excuses. I've made several excuses over my life. I should have been further, but
Gotcha.
God's timing is everything. So I guess this is the time.
Right.
And here I am, here with you.
Got you. Got you. Awesome. So, kind of tell us, what was the first indication? What was the first thing? Like, what kind of actually got you over that hump, though? So, as far as procrastinating, or how long has you been thinking about getting into this tech, and kind of what was the catalyst? What was the thing? So, okay, I got to do this. I have to.
So I love technical stuff, like analyzing stuff or fixing stuff. I am the handy person in my house. So I fix and install everything from a
Right.
blind to painting the inside of my house to fix anything once it gets fixed. The kids come to me. They literally walk past daddy and just come to me, Mom, you can I'm like, I can fix everything, but it comes from a background of being around skills tradesmen my most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I come from Trinidad. I only came here like 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there. They had us. My mom was a tomboy. So we were there mixing the cement and tying steel and wheelbarrows. So I don't know about sitting along with dollies and play sets. So recently, last year, we had something go wrong with our house and we had to fix it. And
Mm-hmm.
I was the one that had to negotiate with the peeps and whatever it is. And I felt so at home around these guys fixing my house. They taught me so much. I was like, no, I got to get back into something technical because this is just my thing. Like I was jazzed. I was like, this is good. Like, okay, fix this on the fly. Oh, this is why we do this. And I was like, yeah, let me do this. I did have a lack of confidence when it came to
Mm.
studies, even though I've never failed an exam. I just didn't have the confidence. And I was like, I don't know if I can really do this. And then the other part of it is, so I lost my dad in 2021. I swear to
I'm sorry
God,
about
right
that.
now, he would be cursing me out. Why? He worked for one of the biggest tech TS or telecommunications company in Trinidad all his
Wow.
life.
Okay.
Everything I'm learning now, as I started learning it, I was like, my dad would just have my neck right now, be like, why'd you waste all this time? I still end up back where in the things he was doing. And I'm like, man, I just made this whole sermon for no reason because I'm not listening. I'm not recognizing. So I was like, no. I was like, this is just me. I like to figure stuff out. I like to analyze stuff. I analyze people. I love
Hmm.
tech stuff as much as I love human behavior. I literally spend a lot of my time just analyzing stuff. I
Okay.
analyze my kids. I literally like I understand each of their personalities. It's just how my mind always works. I was like, I felt so at home. I was like, nope, this year's for me. It's time to focus on me. Kids are getting grown. I mean, the last one is still two, but I was like, I got to do this. And then what really pushed me into it was I took on a work at home job last year, August.
Hmm.
And by January, realizing that, yeah, I can figure stuff out on my own when they have like tech problems with the system and whatever it is. And realizing that it was customer service again. I've literally been in customer service forever. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this. I just, and this is just like, there was no, like, they made it seem, yeah, we'll go up and we'll have movement. And I was like, no, this is just back where I was. So I was like, I cannot move from where I am unless I do something different.
Mm.
And I literally started self-studying for 1 and 2 years ago.
Okay.
Just procrastinating, didn't think I could do it. But then after watching, when I signed up and I watched your first video, I was like, why somebody didn't explain it to me like this the whole time? Like this, it just makes everyday sense. It's like, this is what I need. I was like, this is great. This is great. After that, everything just fall in line from there.
Okay, so a lot of people are in the same spot that you were in, right? So don't have confidence, not sure they can do it, and they have families, they got jobs. So how do you kind of balance that, right? Do you feel like it was a big sacrifice as far as, you studying, getting certified? Like how did that actually work?
So my mind works a little different. Work is just work for me. It's just
Mm,
like it's just something you have to do. So if I'm in a
exactly.
position where I have to, it's just that's what it is. I don't worry. Oh well, the place is so nice. No, work is work. It's just something you have to do. My thing is, I have to elevate. I have to, for me to be able to give my kids what I want them to have. I can't wait on nobody else. And I got into
Mm,
this habit of being codependent, which I'm knowing now. Okay, I learned that from my mom. Even though she's the best mom in the world, I didn't realize that I did exactly what she did. And being in a situation of depending on someone, which I've never had to do before, that's what's been the most trying for me. And I'm like, nope, nope. I'm used to getting it done. And if I want my kids to have certain things, I don't want to ask a question from someone else. I just want to get them what they need to
right.
have. I
Got
want
you.
them to have experiences. And for me, it's experiences. I want them to be able to play instruments. I want them to do martial arts. Like I have to set up myself to get them what they need.
Mm,
So I'm like, nope, nope, we just have to do it. But I just needed that push. Every time he told me, like, okay, you know what I mean? I don't like excuses. Get it done. And that's really one of the things that rings back in my head. I'm like, oh, okay, okay, no excuse. Just get up and get it done. So like the email you sent me, I really didn't realize that you were talking to me. So I was like, oh, this is just another one of the general thing. And then I saw you point to the mark. I was like, oh snap. I was like, when I say I knocked, I felt like I was like, get it done. I was like, okay, I just knocked it out. I was like, okay, let's just get this done. And that is thankfully the way you're doing it is what's making me keep going. Because I'm like, in the
mm.
back of my head, I'd be like, now you feel about excuses. Stop giving yourself excuses. Just get it done.
So do you think it's a good idea, right? For you or just anybody else to kind of do this on their own as far as, transition from something that they never done into tech? Do you think you could have did it on your own? Do you think you would have gave up or what would that look like?
Well, I clearly gave up. I didn't do it on my own. I had signed up for, mind you, it's the same extra resource I'm using now.
Mm,
But for me, being that I think for somebody who has no understanding of anything tech and wants to transition, that's why I like your program. Nothing you've taught us was all these technical jargons. You literally broke it down so a 5-year-old can understand it. So that's what happened. From then, the other thing that you do is you help us as far as I'm concerned, understand how things are connected. What is connected to what? Why is this there for that? Why is this necessary for this? Or how can just that linking of the information? Because a lot of times I find with courses, the information is disjointed and I
mm,
hate disjointed information. And then not everyone has the ability to literally figure out, okay, what is this? Why is this related to that? So what you're doing is literally, okay, we go from one thing into the next. And oh, this is why, okay, fine. By the time I did network plus, I was like, oh, this really is making sense now. Like
right.
it's all making sense. It's not just a bunch of information. So I clearly didn't do it. I had the opportunity for 3 years to literally do it and did not.
Got you.
But it's the push like, okay, caught you slipping, like time's money, money is time, let's go.
So for you, the first certification you got was ITF Plus. How long did it take for you to get that?
I think prior I told you about the procrastination.
Mm,
I will start off all hot and sweaty like the first week, and then by the second week, when I knew it was nearing the timeline, is when I'd really push. So technically, I could have done all these things already. I just kept procrastinating, be like, okay, well, you don't have time, and then I'd be like, go back to the timetable that you have first, and be like, oh, you gotta get this in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I'm like, okay, pulling all nighters 1 week straight, and then I go in and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. But then every time I walk out of these exams, like I'm so shocked that they did it
right,
every time. And I say it's two things. It's you being put here at this point in time in my life with the way that you push us. And then it's God. At this point, it's
for
like,
sure,
God, I'd be
for
like,
sure, for sure.
you can do this. Stop questioning yourself. You can do this.
You definitely can.
So I'm like, okay, there's one more you go. And then I'm already looking. I'm like, you know what? Since I'm on a rhythm, let me see if there's one or two other ones that I should just knock out the park one time. But since I'm already in a roll, I don't want to get stagnant again.
Mm.
So that's what I'm hoping.
So what would you say from where you started the program to where you are now? Like, was there a small knowledge gap, a huge knowledge gap, or like, how do you kind of feel?
Huge. It was huge when I got into probably like by the core two, A plus.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like the basics, like I knew, but I didn't know all of the technical names and the whatever it is. But by core two, when I started going more in depth, I was like, okay, there's a lot more to learn
Right.
here. I actually really like networking because for me, the idea of everything, all the information prior, because I was talking to some of my classmates and I was like, no, I was like, they're at core two and core one now. And I'm like, by the time you get to networking, you're gonna feel good about yourself because you're gonna be like, oh, this is what okay, that's how this fits in. Like it's like literally learning how every piece fits into what is networking.
Yep.
So I was like, y'all, this is good. Like there was a huge gap. Like I learned a lot, but I'm shocked that I understood it by the time I got to networking.
Got you. Got you. Now, the next certification going to be taken is a cybersecurity certification. And believe it or not, the last 9 or 10 people, I want to say nine exactly, nobody has failed it, right? Nobody has failed it. And I think one of the biggest reasons for that is because what you said, you kind of understand how everything works together. And Security Plus is usually for you guys is technically it's not the easiest, but it's easiest because it's repetition, repetition, and Security
Right.
Plus actually only adds a few extra layers, to be honest. So a lot of the stuff that's in Security Plus, you already went through it in A plus, you already went through it in Network Plus, so it should be
Right.
a lot easier. So when are we expecting to take Security Plus?
So based on the timeline, let's see. My hope is that by next week, so not this week,
Okay,
following week, I take it. Because right now I'm like doing like the first time in my life I've ever had to do flashcards with networking. And I'm like, yeah, just find a method, make it work,
yep.
kind of following what you do, like pull out only what you need. And then other thing I was telling some of my classmates, practice questions.
Hmm.
Every resource you could find. Like I literally started because phones are addictions. I'm like, oh, so I have to be like, stop scrolling, stop scrolling. And I remember because there was a one that you had said, stop scrolling on the damn phone. So I'm like, stop scrolling. And I was like, you know what? I replaced it with apps
Mm,
that were practice questions. So like the networking, that's what I was doing because at the end of the day, if you can't decipher the questions properly and answer what they're asking you, you're going to fail.
for
So I was
sure.
like, I keep telling them, I was like, just keep doing as many different types, just keep doing practice questions. Keep this, not even just for the information, because sometimes the information is there, or sometimes I answer a question and I guess it's my subconscious because I'm like, no, that ain't right. And then I go back and it's like, oh, yeah, I did get it right. So somewhere, somehow it works. And the other tip that you gave us, which is so true for me, think long, think wrong.
Mm.
You go back and you change it. Oh, what? No reason. You just, why? Just leave it. Don't wait. Just, you had it. Like, why'd you change it? A lot of times my problem, but this can all be ironed out if you keep doing the practice questions. You'll find that, oh, you keep either mixing up a particular topic or you keep misunderstanding and you're like, okay, how to pick out like now I'm like, okay, I could eliminate all other stuff that they put in it and be like, okay, they said this is the person's position in case that's like, okay, this is the problem. This is what they're asking. full stop. And I see it a lot right now doing this course. I see a mirror between this and when I'm doing school with my kids. And I'm like,
Mm,
yeah, literally the same thing. And you have to teach them that, but you're not a master of that. So for me, it's also, oh, I can become a master doing this so I can help them better. So
exactly.
it's a bunch of stuff, but I hope to take it soon.
Okay, got you. So, at the beginning, right, when you first joined, right, I told you, hey, man, in a couple months you could have, all these certs. I'm pretty sure you didn't believe that, right? Okay.
At all. I was like, hmm, please, it's at 6 to 12 months again. There's no way this is gonna stick.
So would you recommend this process for everybody? Because it is,
Yeah.
I do hold you accountable. Don't take any excuses. I will lightweight cuss you out. So, but it's for your advantage. Just because, like you said, as fast as time is going, for what you can do in 4 months, you could procrastinate for 4 years. So, do you think this is a good idea for most people, or is it too fast, or how do you kind of feel about
So at the beginning, I was like, yes, like this is too quick. Like, how am I gonna fit all
it?
this? And there is no way. It's going to 60 weeks. So absolutely, if you're someone, and that's the thing, I see the value in if you're new in doing it in order like you did.
Hmm.
Because like you said, by the time you get to A plus A2, they're literally just going a little deeper to what you did in ITF. Then you get to networking. They start to focus a little more on certain things. And then you're like, oh, well, okay, I don't even have to go learn this. I don't even have to go learn that protocols anymore. We literally just learned this for how many weeks? Like it keeps building.
Yep.
So if you're someone that really has no experience and one, you like a no BS, get to the point, get to the chase type course, one, you can't procrastinate. They're going to be like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. All right. And then I'm telling you, I've been a stay-at-home mom for like 3, 4 years now. Yeah, 3, 4 years now. And I was working in a daycare before.
Mm.
So you can do it. Right. And if you want that, I would recommend this. Like it's really broken down. It's simplified, which is what you need especially at the beginning if you're now starting. It needs to be simplified. After that, it just all starts to make sense.
Yep. Now let's talk about procrastination. You've been procrastinating on applying for jobs. So have you went through the career coaching part in the live sessions?
Yes. I only have
Okay.
one set of live sessions to go through, which is the Security Plus. I
Okay.
did actually go through the last set, including the resume template. I was a little thrown, I'm not gonna lie. So I was like, wait a minute, he wants to get a job. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought doing a little IT support, a little help desk, a little experience. And I was like, but wait a minute. Oh no, this is some serious stuff. Like,
Right.
no, he didn't come to play. So I was like, "Mm." So I'm like, okay, I guess. Again, it's just me being hard headed a little bit, not listening to what God is. I really think it's God because I even talked to a friend about it. He was like, "Why are you selling yourself short? What are you talking about? Like, I don't understand. Why are you selling yourself short? Let them say no. It's not another person's
Oh
like,
man,
let
there you go.
them literally, she's my like spiritual guide, and she's like, let them say no. Don't tell yourself like you don't know what you're gonna do. Let them say no. If they don't, you just keep going. And if it's for you, it's going to be for you. So I see now what you're saying about, they will train me. I was just like with no background or experience, no official experience, I should say.
Right.
Um, I didn't know I could go for that kind of position after doing these courses.
I'm gonna tell you this, right? So I've been doing this for so long, and you're not gonna believe this. Maybe, maybe not. But people are just as afraid of success as they are of failure. Some people just they procrastinate, they feel like they don't deserve it, so on and so forth. And when I tell you, Sharice, go through the career coaching, you can sign up for all these auto apply AI platforms, and I'll automatically apply to jobs. And then you can, the job that you really want, you can manually
Right.
apply. Because when I tell you with your personality, that's what's going to be the X factor, the thing that's going to take you to the next level. You got the technical stuff, you got the work ethic, and then in the interview, your personality, right? People want to work
Right.
with people that are personable, people that are nice, and then even in customer service. So you're used
Yeah.
to interacting with people, right?
I love
Uh,
people. Good or bad.
exactly.
I love people. I just love people. Like we all need people. We're not here meant to be by ourselves. So I
That's
love
right.
people. I love human behavior. So I do still a lot of times and spend a lot of time looking at how we behave, how we treat each other. So I like, okay, everybody needs a chance sometimes. Somebody may have a rotten day. And like you said, customer service, that's how it is. Like
Yep.
genuinely, I tend to feel people through the phone. So I genuinely want to help.
Hmm.
Even if they're trying so I don't care. That's not for me to judge. They're here
Right.
for my health and I'm gonna do the best to help them. So yeah, I definitely
But
I
it's
did it.
time. It's hold on.
I
I
didn't
don't want to
even
cut you
know.
off, but I got to cut you
Go
off
ahead.
because I know you're a people person. You're selfless. It's time to help yourself, right? So what you're gonna do when you get off of this is whatever resume you have now,
Mhm.
send it to Angelica. We just kind of want to see what
Okay.
sucks and what doesn't, and then just kind of see because literally, listen to what I'm going to tell you. Literally, the templates that are on the student resources drive
Mhm.
is what students are using to get interviews, right? So this is a one page. This is what I can do, and then those certs are gold. And then like I said, once you get on the phone, you personable, and the interviews aren't as scary as you think they are, right? Most times they'll give you the answers to the test before you take it. Most times in a technical interview, unless they're just, assholes, they'll usually tell you a roundabout. We're going to ask you some questions about DNS, or we're going to ask you some questions about DHCP, or we're going to ask you about how to set up a secure network. They'll give you a roundabout usually, right? So by the time you get in there, you'll be fine. And then, like I told you, you got the skills, you got the certs, and then, like I said, this happens time and time again. A student gets a job and says, man, this ain't as hard as I thought it was going to be. This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be because they still have to train you. You still have to see and kind of get used to, what they do and how they do things, right? Because like I said, the foundation is going to be the same, but how they do things is going to be different. So first thing, send your resume to Angelica. Second thing, start looking through those templates. Third thing, you need to apply to as many jobs as you can. Because I'm telling you, by the end of this month, you could have a job, especially since you're about to get Security Plus. Seem like you don't believe that though.
I've had a
Like
lot
I
of
said,
bad things
you got to get
happen.
over that block or
It's
whatever
just
it is. You got to get past it
it's
because I'm
trauma.
telling you,
It's trauma. I already know what it is. It's just childhood trauma and bad experiences and
for
recent
sure.
experiences, just a lot of trauma. So yeah, it's just me being like seeing them be like, yes, like I can do this. Like I
Then
didn't
other thing,
think I'd do this in 10 weeks. I didn't even realize it was 10 weeks until I counted it. I was like,
and
I
you
don't know.
killing it.
My because the schedule in my head was way off what you had. I was like, why in my head is this? I didn't even realize it was before. I was like, no, I don't have enough time. And that's what worked. It was feeling like it was this pressing time frame that I had to keep.
You're
So I
back
do
against the
the do
wall.
it this. Yeah,
Yep.
that exactly that.
So
So
just
that's
so
what worked.
so that's what I would tell you is you deserve success and you will be successful. You just got to put yourself out there, right? So it's basically like all your skills, all your personality, all the things that you want to do. It's kind of like you got it hidden away in a lockbox. You don't want nobody to see it, right? If you really want to, do those things for your family, if you really want to go to the next level, you don't want to be dependent on anybody. You want to get your own bag, better do whatever you want to. That's what it is. That's just the next step, right? Start applying, start interviewing, and then it's just reps, right? And then, like I said, with your personality, people will keep you. A lot of times they say, yeah, we'll keep your resume on file and we'll call you back. They'll actually call you back, right? Like, oh, I remember she was super nice. I liked her. She seemed like a hard worker, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, literally, what you're doing, and don't get it twisted, right? Because my wife had two kids for me. We had twins almost 2 years ago, and she been rocking out from home. And that shit is a serious job. It's to me, it's the best job you could ever have. It's the most important, so on and so forth. But what you're doing right there in that room, right? You could be making 80, 90, $100,000, right? This isn't like suggestions or nothing. And you could be doing exactly what you love. And like I said, provide for your family, all this other stuff. But you got to, whatever that is, like I said, we all got issues and childhood trauma. Trust me, I got 1,000 reasons not to never create no courses, not to do shit. But I just know you brought up God. God tapped me on the shoulder and said, hey, man, this is what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this, but he said for right now, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And look, through you, I'm helping people, so on and so forth. So you just got to get past and get over yourself. Because I'm telling you, deserve success, right? Have you failed any exams? What
I've
the hell you
literally
doing, man?
it's like I said it earlier, I was like, even though I have never, there's nothing I've ever pursued and failed, right? Which is why
Yeah.
my friends are like, the hell's wrong with you? What's your problem? So it's not even that, like, it's literally what you said, a fear, clearly it is a fear of success. So it's like, which it just, I know it seems crazy, but it really is. Like,
Yeah.
should I try? Maybe I'll fail, even though I'm like, I hate do-overs. I just hate do-overs. I like to get things done, just get it done. That's it. I want to look back at it or whatever it is. So working on it.
All right, so guess what we're about to do? Let's come up with a timeline.
Mm,
So let's say for sure, let's say we'll have Security Plus by April 29th. So that gives you about like a week and a half. So April
yep.
29th, we Security Plus certified, and let's say which is kind of putting it out too far, but just to be sure. So April 29th is Security Plus certified, and then by June 1st, we're gonna have a job, right? So April 29th, we got that. And then literally, even from today forward, your job, of course, is to get Security Plus, but your part-time job is to get a job. Because I'm telling you, if you put yourself out there, you'll get a job, but you got to put yourself out there. And it sounds crazy, 50 jobs a day. Yes. If you apply to 50 jobs a day with your certs, with your personality, man, you like do you have you connected with Janaea? She's in the program. So
No,
Janaea,
I've been no.
she all she got is A plus, and she her first job she got making 80K, right? Just put herself out there. Yeah, it's possible. I'm trying to tell you what I know. So you just put yourself out there. But like I said, just like this, what if I had this wonderful program and all this, but I'm scared to put it out? No, nobody will know that it's wonderful. Like you're wonderful. You got the skill set, you got the personality, you got the drive. You got to do it. That's all it is. And if you can't do it for you, do it for your children. Like, okay, I don't want to do this shit. I'm scared or I'm scared, but just let me see. And then once I tell you, just like this, damn, I wish I would have started sooner. Once you get this job, you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I would have did this sooner because you could have been getting bags for a long time. But so what's one thing that you would say to somebody? And another thing is my female students have a special place in my heart anyway, just because you guys are go-getters, right? The guys kind of be dilly-dallying and fucking off, but the girls usually go pretty hard. So if there's another woman out there, just somebody else that may be in the same space, kind of don't feel confident, don't feel like this is for them, what would you kind of tell them?
One step at a time. Because
Mm,
with every cert that, and not even that, like especially for like a stay-at-home mom, there's a lot of skills in balancing the home that a lot of people are not necessarily aware of. Balancing the kids, making sure everything is taken care of. So you already have managerial,
for
right?
sure. For sure.
There are other things. You know how to work with people because each kid is so different. Okay, no one thing works for each one. So there are other skills that you can apply to something like this. Oh, sometimes something happens with the kids and you have to think on the fly. So a lot of what we're learning, you really do have to think on the fly.
For
And it's
sure.
like educated knowledge. And with every cert, every time you pass a cert, it does give you a confidence boost. You're like, oh shoot, I can do it. I can do it. I can get to the next one. Okay, and then one foot at a time. Just as how even that, marry yourself to your kids because this is literally what you put into them every day when they leave your home. It's like, okay, try hard, work at it, have a good work ethic. Everything that you're literally preaching to your kids, preach to yourself.
Mm, perfect. Perfect. So hold yourself accountable. Hey, if you really want to put some fire in your butt, tell your kids. Tell your kids, hey,
You
mommy said
did.
that she's going, okay, good. Mommy said she's going to
I
be
did.
certified by April 29th, or mommy said she's going to have a job by June, because you know they're not going to let up.
No, they don't. I do that. If I do something I apologize to my kids, all of that. So they know I have an open line. I'm like, mommy's doing this because she has to, and this will open up stuff for us. And when I pass them, they're like, oh my God, good job, mommy, blah, blah, blah. The same way I deal with them, like we're all humans, just big and small. Just different
Gotcha.
stages. That's all it is. But as mothers, we do a lot,
For sure.
especially so we know we really don't look in the mirror and see other than, oh yeah, I'm just a mommy. No, there's a lot of skills that you get from just being at home.
For sure.
So,
For sure.
and
For
I did
sure.
it. I even did it. He wasn't even 2 years. Yeah, I started when he just turned through my last kid, and I was able to train him to allow me to work. We got a whole nonverbal thing going on if he were to walk in at 2. Kids are really
Oh,
smart, right? And then the other thing is that my eldest is special needs.
right.
I have a middle child that's ADHD. You cannot, and I just got it from you. It's like there are many excuses you could find for yourself. And I found excuses for a long time.
Right.
And it was just time. I just needed the right person to be like, mm-hmm. And life happened. And literally what I tell my kids, I felt like I was looking at them, I was like, oh, Jesus, it's crazy.
Well, Sharice, man, I'm super proud of you. You got your homework. For one, like I said, send that resume to Angelica. Even if you think it sucks, it doesn't matter. We just kind of want a framework to kind of work off of. Those templates, plug your information in, and then
Okay.
like literally those same resumes are the same resumes people are using to get the jobs and get opportunities. And then just kind of look at it as reps. Another thing is, if you haven't been, get way more active on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah.
And in your city, wherever you want to work at, even at your previous employers, pretty much whoever you want to be like, whoever has the positions that you want to hold, start connecting with those people, right? Start talking to those
Okay.
people. Start just reaching out. Hey, I got this, I got that. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Of course, always try and provide some type of value. Is there anything you
Okay.
need? Is there anything I could do for you? And then hopefully they'll reciprocate it. But LinkedIn resume template and then applying for jobs. And by summertime, you'll have another job. I mean, you have a whole new, like an awesome job, right? Whether it be remote,
Right.
whether it be in person, so on and so forth. And then, like I said, I'm super proud of you because you do have a lot of excuses. It's people with no kids. Then you got kids with special needs. So that's even another barrier. So like I said, I'm super proud of you. But only thing is, think about it, man. All you gotta do is click a goddamn button and apply to a job and you can get one. That's it. That's all it is,
Hey,
man.
listen, I didn't even know about that AI thing. I wish I knew soon. I was like, how do I have those? I've been researching this all this time, and those never came up. And
Yes,
that
yeah,
would
yeah,
help.
yep.
It's
Go ahead.
perfect because it helps me take out the emotional factor of thinking about whether I can or not. It's doing it for me. So I don't even have to sit there and be like, I don't know if I qualify. I'm like, this is golden.
Right.
Where was this? And I passed it on to other people because I'm like, nobody that I know knew about it. I'm like, I don't understand how we didn't know about it.
Also, don't forget when you start having interviews, you can always reach back out to us. Like if it's just
Okay.
something that really like just not crush you, but something you're like, damn, I didn't know what to say to this. So they ask, usually it won't happen, but if they do, like, yeah, they asked me X, Y, Z, and I kind of didn't know what to say. I think you already know, but if you can kind of come up with something, that's cool. But if you literally don't know, not to lie or just finesse or just say something crazy, like I'm not really sure. After this interview, I plan to research it and come back and I'll give you an answer because they'll respect that more than you just. Because a lot of times
Okay.
once you get to that point, they'll know if you don't know what the hell you're talking about, like immediately.
You
So you don't want to do that because it's kind of like, yep, we never interviewing this person. Then you never know who they know, and they'll keep on, like, hey, don't interview her. She's a liar. She's crazy. So other than that, Sharice, man, it was awesome talking to you. You know your homework, hopefully, and get to it. And then, like I said, procrastination, right? I don't know who said it, but they said procrastination is like death by a thousand cuts, right? It's just real slow, and it's like poison. It'll poison you, right? And then a lot of times when you procrastinate, wait, once you start doing, like, damn, this ain't even that damn bad. Like, what's wrong with me? It's just even me. I procrastinate. I got a limit though. I got 10 minutes, right? I can't wait more than 10 minutes. Then I get to it just because it's too much shit to do and time is going by so fast. And then, like I said, your babies will be super proud of you. I'm proud of you, but your kids, man, once they see like, damn, mommy really did what she said she was gonna do. She got this new job, blah blah, blah. And then your spouse is like, okay, oh, let's go. Like you'll be good. And then, like you said, you just be able to do things that you want to do, and then you can do it. So, other than that, is there anything else I could do? Anything I can help you with?
just what just what you did. You catch me slipping like, hi, I'm over here. We got things to do. Hello. That really helped. Like I was like, okay, get on it. It's fine. It's just what you're doing. And I'm there helping who I can. Like I tell them just all the resources I can. I'm like, I want everybody to succeed. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's do
That's right.
this.